Welcome to this sequel of our lecture on human heart. In the previous part of this lecture we had covered the location and structure of heart. In this part, we shall continue our discussion with the working of human heart. The main function of heart is to pump deoxygenated blood from the body, and repump oxygenated blood to the body. The working of human heart is an important piece in our discussion, which would help us connect all the components discussed so far, along with their functions. So let's pick the thread from where we left it in the previous topic. We have seen the 4 valves, out of which the 2 lie between arteria and ventricles, while the remaining 2 lie at the exit of ventricles. Therefore, all the 4 valves are connected to the ventricles. Hence, let's look at the image of ventricles, and the flow of blood through the 4 valves. Focusing only on the flow of blood through ventricles, let's first take up the right ventricle. The deoxygenated blood comes to the right ventricle via the tricuspid valve, and is pumped to the pulmonary trunk via the pulmonary valve. Now let's focus on the left ventricle. It gets the oxygenated blood via the bicuspid valve, and pumps it to aorta via the aortic valve. Till now we have seen a partial view of heart, involving only ventricles. Let's now take a larger view, and understand how the heart functions, involving all components. So let's attempt to appreciate the remarkable sequence of actions that forms the functioning of the heart. The heart receives deoxygenated blood from the systemic circulation, which enters the right atrium, from the superior and inferior venae cavae, and passes to the right ventricle. From here it is pumped into the pulmonary circulation, through the lungs, where it receives oxygen. Oxygenated blood then returns to the left atrium, passes through the left ventricle, and is pumped out through the aorta, to the systemic circulation. So to put in very simple words, the heart is like a rhythmic motor, which pumps and circulates blood through the circulatory system. But the motor, we know, has an electric input. Is it the case with heart too? Yes, it is. There are 2 nodes, called the sinoatrial node and the atrioventricular node. The normal rhythmical heartbeat, called sinus rhythm, is established by the sinoatrial node, also known as the heart's pacemaker. This node generates a current that causes contraction of the heart, traveling through the atrioventricular node and along the conduction system of the heart. To conclude, we leave you with a beating heart. Hope you enjoyed this lecture as much as we enjoyed bringing